everybody. Welcome back to the Dear Abigail podcast. Today is episode 5, and we'll be hanging out with Justin Paul and Andrea Alexis. How are you guys doing today?
What's up, guys?
Good.
Doing
Hi.
great.
Justin, you and Andrea, welcome to the show. We'll be diving in a little bit of everything. For the viewers, Justin, we first met you because you were doing some video work for us.
Yeah.
And you it actually was from Creep Fest, right? And you were videoing some of the other bands.
Yeah, I was doing pro work for some of the other bands.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit of that today, a little bit of DREADSCOPE Films, Lockjaw, and also Splattafish coming back. So a lot of cool stuff going on. You guys can catch us up on. First of all, tell us about the and take it from like a viewer that is not familiar to Lockjaw. So like a very first time past listener, like where do they start?
Lockjaw actually has been established since 1998, a long time. We're all really old now. So me and Joe, we came from former bands. I came from Splattafish, and Joe came from Jackknife. And me and Joe both joined about 6 years ago. And Jeff Ogle, the rhythm guitar player and founder of Lockjaw, kind of brought us in, and we all, 5 guys with like-minded ideas and knew exactly where we wanted to go. And he was like, hey man, this is a train and we're going like full steam ahead. Do you want in? And both of us joined around the same time, and it has been absolutely awesome and chaotic, but beautiful chaos, if you will. Starting like every other band to, a few people here and there. And now we're playing sold out shows. We've done a couple of tours, and now every show this year so far has been sold out, which has been absolutely insane. So, we just got off the run with Upon a Burning Body and the Browning. So shout out to our homies. They're great people. We toured with them a couple of years ago. They're just the most genuine, kind-hearted dudes that you could just be so lucky to tour with, because they take care of you and they show you the ropes. For the bands that haven't hit the road, as much as they are, they take you under their wing and basically show you the ropes and take really good care of you. So we're very lucky and blessed to have toured with who we just did. Every show on the last 2.5 week run, that was nuts, because it was sold out every single night, including our home show in Fort Worth over at Rail Club. It was like sardines in there. It was absolutely chaos. I think one of the funnest shows on that whole run was probably Lubbock. They were crowd surfing. Like, Lockjaw gets a lot of mosh pits going and things like that. If you guys haven't heard us, we're kind of, you were to take like Metallica mixed with In Flames, Killswitch Engage with kind of old school thrash metal, very headbangable music, if you will. But Lubbock went crazy for us, man. It was wild seeing a lot of kids too, man. And I mean kids from the ages of like 5 to 12 crowd surfing our entire set, which was pretty wild. And it was like that every night of the week. And then we got to jam with Upon at their hometown in San Antonio at Vibes Underground. And I mean, dude, such an amazing venue, an amazing crowd, over 1,000 people. And we were beyond stoked. And so we did that run with them. We toured with them 2 years ago. We did our Monster Inside Texas tour. So we did a self-funded tour. And then now we just got off that, and we're playing with, out of all people, we're playing with Cody Jinks, a country phenom, a huge country star, and we're playing a sold-out show with him at Bomb Factory. So that's pretty much next on the agenda, and we have no idea what's coming next, because it's one of those kind of snowball effect of like, you get to do this and that, and then it just kind of, what happens next, and you're just rolling with the punches. And it's been a crazy ride so far. So we're stoked on it. And yeah, if you guys like Cody Jinks, well, I mean, hopefully you got to take it before it's sold out, but it's going to be pretty wild seeing a metal band playing with a, country phenom. It's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, they're doing that. They're doing that throughout the country, though. I saw some other places where they're playing with some rock bands and metal bands also. So that's really cool. Yeah, I saw that sold out today.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So like for somebody that's never listened to you guys before, you'd send them to Spotify to what tune would you like give them for a starter? Like what's the first beer?
So if you want to go back, you could listen to Relentless and I Can't Escape. But the new single that we just released a few weeks, literally like 4 weeks ago, called We Won't Back Down, that's kind of shows the evolution of our sound, sticking to our roots, but also it's a little heavier, a little more chaotic, but it's got a really good groove and you can't not headbang to it.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. I think Abby has some questions for you next.
So I know you talked about the tour a little bit. How is the transportation situation? Is it like an RV? Do y'all have a tour bus? And how is that going?
We are extremely lucky because me and her, we toured for a long time, and yeah, we toured with 4 grown men and her in a van, hauling a trailer, and it wasn't even a passenger van; it was a 4250. So I've done years touring in a little van with a bunch of dudes, so it was rough. And I'm lucky on the Lockjaw side, we willed and dealed, and we got us an RV, but it houses all of us. So the accommodation is great. We have we don't have to pay for hotels or anything like that because it sleeps all of us. And so one of the best pieces of advice I could give for anybody trying to tour and on as far as like the road and stuff like that is, and we learned this from Upon a Burning Body, is get a couple Planet Fitness memberships, and it works out flawlessly because what we do is on the tour route, you'll play your show, but then we can literally hit a Planet Fitness and they're everywhere in the States. So you can park the RV, go in there, shower, clean up, and then hit the road the next day. And then we save money because a few of us that have them, then you can get your other person in for free. So we save money collectively that way. We don't have hotel costs because we sleep on the bus. Me and Joe, my singer, we got the bunk up top. Jeff and Gabe, the rhythm guitar player and bass player, get the back bunk. And then our drummer and sound guy will take like the whole kitchen, the kitchen table and everything converts into a bed. And there's 2 recliners. So we can actually run a crew of like 7 on this bus comfortably. And it slides out. We've got a running bathroom on the bus. We've got microwave, oven, the works. So I mean, don't get it twisted, we still make every quick trip stop and Buc-ee's stop and fill our junk food up and all that stuff. But it's been awesome having that. If we didn't have it, I don't know how we would how we'd be fair. We would do it, but it's been awesome having something like that.
That's awesome. Another question is, what are your favorite venues that y'all have done all like throughout the whole thing, like both of y'all?
Oh man, that's a really tough one. Well, we played Dickey's Arena, and so
Lockjaw.
that's a different, that's a kind of a little bit of a different, a higher caliber show. That was when we played with Disturbed and Drowning Pool at Dickey's Arena. So they, when you get to play certain venues like arenas, if you will, they wine and dine you. It sounds cliche, but like they take really good care of you. So it was like another caliber of venue. As far as like, I don't want to say like local venue, vibes in San Antonio has been amazing every time we've been there. On the tour we just did, I would say it would be between Vibes and the Salty Dog in Lubbock. That was an awesome venue. And the first show, actually, El Paso has a great venue, Rock House Kitchen and Dive Bar, and they have a stage that even Slipknot could play on because it's such a deep stage. So you have all the room in the world to run around, and us, the Browning and Upon all have very big, intricate lighting setups because we bring our own production, and with all the lighting arrays set up on stage, it was still like a football field, so. And then I can't the honorable mention, I guess the biggest and baddest stage that I've had the luxury of playing was Rockfest in Wisconsin when we played with Jelly Roll and 30 Seconds to Mars and all them, because that stage was overwhelming. It's about the size of a football field, and it was hilarious because no matter how much you like practice, somehow we still ran into each other on a stage the size of a football field.
And the echo.
And what they don't warn you about when you get, Lockjaw's all in IEM, inner monitor systems, and we're a self-contained, self-isolated band, so we run our own mix and we have a sound guy. But there's such thing as there's catwalks on certain stages that are bigger stages, and you get a bounce back from the delays out front. And so what you don't prepare for, because if you've never been on that stage, you won't know. And it threw us for a loop because, we're hearing our click track and our metronome and then our vocal cues in our ears. And there was like a 60-foot this way, 60-foot to the left, 60-foot to the right catwalks, like model catwalks you could walk out on. And you're walking that way. And then all of a sudden, everything just gets super screwed up. And you're going, what the hell am I hearing? And it's because the bounce back, and you get out of a certain range. And so you're hearing this weird delay. So you're all of a sudden 5 seconds ahead of yourself or behind yourself. And so we went, uh-oh. And then we like backed up really quick. Okay. Yeah. And then we caught it luckily, but it was kind of wild. But that'd probably be, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, that's the biggest and baddest stage I've had the luxury of playing so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was an Amish world, so it was pretty wild because we had like Amish people are legit, man. It was crazy. We watched no kidding. Jeff, my guitar player, he owns a roofing company, and we were in Amish territory, and we watched maybe 12 8 to 10-year-olds build a roof right in front of us so fast, and it was crazy because they were like children, and they were so strong and so fast at what they did.
Wow.
It was wild. Best cup of coffee I've ever had too.
Really?
Oh yeah, Amish people throw down on some coffee. Yeah.
Did you go someplace just to grab it, or like someone just gave you a cup of coffee? Like, where'd you go? Where'd you get it?
There was like a little, and I mean like straight historic like town, like very Amish community, and we were just trying to find. We were literally trying to find any coffee because there was no gas stations, there was nothing. And we were just asking people like, hey, and the coffee at the venue was terrible. So we were like, we just wanted a cup of coffee, a decent cup. And then some Amish kids made us like the best scones and coffee we've ever had. And it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Shout out to the Amish coffee.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, and shout out to Upon a Burning Body. I saw them a long time ago at Mayhem Fest, and they, like, that was my first time ever seeing them. I've seen them 3 times since then. They ruled the room. Like, they played super early in the day, and they were great. So shout out to them, dude. How many times have you toured with them, if I may ask?
So funny enough, and it's funny, if you went to Mayhem, I don't know what year. So me and my wife here, our death metal band, we played with Upon at Mayhem Fest. So we played Mayhem Festival in 2012 with Upon.
I think it had to be a bit later than that, because I went to Mayhem Fest probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
This was with, I think, Slayer and Motorhead.
2012. It was 2012, I believe.
The year we played Slipknot, and everybody was on it. Slipknot, Slayer. Anyway, but yeah, we played with Upon, and then it was kind of funny going full circle, and then. Like Splattafish never toured with Upon, but then fast forward, Lockjaw made a relationship with him, and then I was like, oh yeah, like you don't remember me, but I played with you in my death metal band, and so it's kind of went full circle. And Lockjaw's done 2 full tours with him and like some one-off shows.
Nice.
So, and Corey, because Corey's actually seen you guys at Splattafish a couple times.
I did.
I remember the conversation.
It was Fort Worth Metal Fest. You guys, it was on the same day as Napalm Death and Devourment. You guys were opening for, and you guys that like will live. That was just an amazing set. We had so much fun. That was my first time seeing you guys, and also my partner threw out his knee in the pit, so we had to take him to the hospital afterwards.
Sounds all right. It sounds like a Splattafish.
I mean, it was awesome. We went back the next day still. He was fine. He's alive. He's okay. But yeah, you guys ruled. That was awesome. That was my first time seeing y'all. Your vocals were sick. Genuinely. But because I think that would have been 2015, 2016.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, but like that, I think you guys had just released the song Hiroshima Smile, and that was awesome, dude. Actually still have that song downloaded. That song,
Hiroshima Smile.
yeah, dude, like it's solid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you were so good that my partner threw his knee out. So congrats to you guys.
You'll never forget.
Yeah,
just call him your
told-
husband.
So
Just
yeah,
call-
sorry.
Just
We've
get
been
thoughts
together.
into
It's my
Yeah.
husband. We've been
been
together
around
2
for. I mean, we kind of built. I guess I don't want to say like a household name, but I mean, really, we were around for close to 2 decades, and it's been kind of a wild ride. It was kind of hilarious, and not a lot of people know this. And so, Splattafish is like a big family. We've known each other since we were kids, and obviously, me and my wife, my brother-in-law is our drummer, and we never thought Splattafish would ever do anything again because when he got COVID, our drummer, he went into a coma for a long time, and when he woke up, he had 100% nerve damage to his legs. So it is, by all account, absolute miracle that he's able to drum again, and he's done physical therapy for like the last 5 years and got back to, it's just wild seeing the progress and seeing, and we were like, we never thought we'd ever play a show together again. And I saw his kind of his therapy working and getting back to where we once were. And it was kind of funny because I messaged all the rest of the Splattafish members. I messaged them at midnight. I photoshopped that image and just put 2026, and I just messaged them all at like midnight. I go, hey, it, I'm just gonna post this, and they were kind of like, what do you mean? And I was like, if I post it, it makes it real, and then we have to do it. And so I posted it at midnight, and I did not expect my phone to blow up for 4 days straight, and it went absolutely dumb for 4 days. And I was like, well, all right, cool. So we got together, and I was like, all right, I made it real. So now we're rehearsing, and we're getting clearly through 10 songs or so, and so we're planning right now. We're going to make an official announcement tomorrow, but we do know, and I already made a post, but April 18th is going to be our reunion show, and we've got a stacked lineup of bands that hopped on, and we're more excited is a very big understatement, and we're going to be releasing some new music that's going to throw people for a loop too.
Hell yeah, where's the reunion show at?
It'll be a Rail Club.
Nice,
Rail
dude.
Club. I figured it was only fitting because it's going to make us sound really old, but our CD release was there like over 10 years ago.
It's
I
literally
mean, I played with y'all in Faded Grace, and I think I played with y'all when I was in Headcase.
Yeah, long
I
time.
remember two different times.
Yeah, y'all aren't old. Heather and I are the oldest ones here by far.
Yeah, I think Headcase. I think it was at Ridgely we played with you guys.
Yeah, Ridgely.
Well, I mean, we're all old when you've been doing this for 27 years,
Yeah, I've been drumming for over 30.
Yeah.
Well, you're only 35. You started when you were 5 years old.
What was our first show? What was our first show, James? Not February 19th, 1993.
1993, baby.
I was 3 years
Joe's
old.
Garage.
Joe's Garage. You were born, Andrea?
I was born in 90, so I was 3 years.
Nice. Well, you
The
probably
other-
are.
You were 3.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were 3. Abby,
other
oh my gosh.
This.
I wasn't even born.
I was gonna say, don't ask Gabby.
Wasn't even a thought.
Sorry, Andrea, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying that. Wait, neither of them existed in that era, so.
Yeah. Well, we made the transition. Andrea, tell us about, have you done anything? I mean, obviously we know you as helping him out with the video stuff and everything, and you did some really awesome BTS stuff.
And makeup was awesome.
Yeah. So, and that's really awesome for us. I know you guys think that you're old, but we're really old, and to see people in the community helping Abby out, because she's, I mean, she obviously has theater experience, so it's kind of second nature to her. But I mean, everybody's been so nice to her, taken under their wing, whether it's people doing her makeup or it's other girls on the bills that we played and stuff like that. So, what have you done? Have you done anything since Splattafish? Will this be your first time back on the stage?
Honestly, yeah, this will be my first time back on stage with Splattafish. Well, I took it back. I jumped on stage with the Friends band this past weekend?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
I saw that. Yeah, Haltom, right?
Yeah. It that was a lot of fun. That band that I performed with, Perico, the vocalist was actually a bass player years ago.
He was
in
our
band.
second bass player.
Yeah. So we go way back with him too. So it was a lot of fun. It felt really good getting back up there. I missed it. I've needed this back in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I did too. I mean, I didn't play guitar between the ages of like 21 and 41, maybe.
Yeah,
I just
that's
like 20 years I didn't. And then during COVID, I called Heather up and was like, hey, and she's just kind of laughing. I sent her a picture of a guitar at the Guitar Center. She said, are you buying that? But no, that's awesome. So what are your plans with it? I mean, are you going to bring it back for the reg, or like, is it going to be like just a reunion deal, or are you just going to see where it goes?
I mean, we're doing it for fun and for the reunion show. But I mean, there are gonna be more shows in the future. We're definitely gonna pick and choose wisely what we do for sure. So I don't know.
We all have really busy schedules, so I mean, y'all know, y'all are all we're all adults with jobs, and Splattafish is going to be like, I have to weigh between Lockjaw and Splattafish, and one interfere with the other, so it's one of those where the Splattafish shows will be less consistent than Lockjaw, obviously, but it'll be still, we'll get in a few shows a year, but they're going to be, like she said, picked and choose very wisely and make sense for us to do, and make sure that all of us are actually available, because all of us, Aaron, my other guitar player, he manages a bar, and so he's busy, and Mike is, he's got a big full-time job, so it depends. And hopefully, I would say, if in the grand scheme of things, when you're young, you're sitting there playing every weekend thinking that that's the way, but Splattafish, if we do shows now, and after all the years of playing and learning, now I'm like, okay, you play 4 shows a year around, DFW or Texas, whatever, like that's pretty consistent, seeing as that's one show every couple of months,
Yeah. That's what we started out saying, is that we were only going to play like 4 times a year, but we do try not to play locally. And I tell you, like when I'm at work, I scout out some of those places. So I didn't know where you were going to say in Lubbock, because I was looking at Jake's. Have y'all done Jake's before?
Yeah, I did Jake's. Actually, I think Splattafish did Jake's too a long time ago when we toured with a band called Parasitic. Jake's is really cool. Salty Dog is new. So JMB Productions, El Paso, Lubbock, that whole area all the production is all ran through JMB. So you're still going to be dealing with the same guy, even if you're at Jake's or if you're over here at, Salty Dog. Both venues are great. We just had a crazy turnout at Salty Dog. The venue was really nice. They had a really nice stage, good lighting. So I'm sure you'll see clips of it. Jake's was more traditional venue. The only difference, I believe, is like they had like food and pool tables at the Salty Dog.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Heather, I think a lot of people stole your questions, but you have anything?
Sorry, Heather.
That's cool. It's cool. I guess you tell us about your music videos and what made you get into doing that.
Oh God. I've been shooting stupid videos since I was like 12. I used to try to make like horror movies. I was always into like cheesy horror movies, and like I used to try to make movies on like a BlackBerry when I was a kid, things like that. And what happened is, like, I was in a band prior to Splattafish for 9 years called Blind Oversight, and I never saw a good music video come out of that. And unfortunately, I waited really long to kind of up my game on the music video realm. I had always been into it, but I would always get friends to shoot videos that were also interested in shooting music videos. And not that they aren't good now, but they were all amateur, the same as me. And so I look back now and I'm like, Splattafish has 0 good videos. Like we have a okay music video, Feast Upon the Black.
And the live ones.
The live music videos are live music videos. It's not really what I consider a music video, So going forward, I was like, man, I want to work with bands, and I want to give bands the opportunities to have what I wish my bands could have had. And you know, I mean, James, you know this, and Vivid, Creeper, you know, I try to work with bands only because I've always wanted to be able to give them what I was always like, man, I wish, you know, because I'm a broke homeboy, you know, like I didn't come from money at all. So, and I was like, damn, videos are really expensive. So I've worked with people as much as possible to give back to saying, hey, like, I can give you a good quality product and work within your budget instead of just, you know, raping you on price and giving you a mediocre price or a mediocre product. So it's one of those things that's been kind of driven into me mentally since I was a kid, just shooting videos and then watching things as I grew up. I just kept telling myself, I was like, I can do that. I can do that. I can do better than that. I can do better than that. And so I just kind of snowball affected myself to where now I'm, you know, trying to do it as much as I can full time. I'm promoting as much as I can between also being in 2 bands and everything else. So my brain is a little jumbled between everything, but I still get it done. And I feel like I've given pretty quality products to bands, including you guys. And one thing that matters to me is that you know, forgive my language, but I actually care. So there's a lot of people that just want your money, but I'm like, what's your storyline? What's your, you know, what is it that you want to get portrayed through a video? And I try my damnedest to make sure that I can bring the story. I know it sounds cliche, bring a story to life, you know, but I know what I want from my bands. So I look at them like, man, these people want exactly what I want. They want their story told, how their videos want to be, you know, portrayed. So it means something to me. So I try my damnedest to give the best products. And I've been lucky enough to work with you guys. I did Vivid's #1, and we're about to start working on part 2. Creeper, I mean, Shock Withdrawal, they flew in from California. They were awesome. I mean, the list is stupid long, but you know, I'm very blessed and grateful to be able to work with a lot of different genres and a lot of different bands.
You have any new people or any videos that are coming up that you're about to do or anything like that, or?
Well, Kill House, I've filmed, you know, I've done all of Kill House's videos, and we're working on one right now that's going to be really cool. I can't give any, you know, I don't want to give any secrets away, but it's going to be really cool. And we have a lot of people that look like the same person, and it's going to morph through time. So I'm pretty excited about that. Vivid and Vulgar's second video. And then I've been doing a lot of live promos lately. A lot of bands are kind of, you know, if they don't want a music video, they just want some promo work. So things like that.
Yeah, so we'll put the links down there, but so DREADSCOPEFilms.com is, and then maybe we'll put an email down there or something, and some links to your work, because you just finished one for Vivid and Vulgar, and
dude, that was wild.
yeah, and what was the one that you did before Hours? That was about the murder trial in Atlanta.
The Creeper, that was The River. And
The River, the River.
The River was based, so Creeper, you know, it's I've known Tex since I was like 13 years old. And it was funny enough is I never realized that I always thought Creeper just looked Southern metal band, and I never knew that all of their songs were about serial killers and murderers. Never knew that. And so he approached me with the idea, and it was like, hey, you know, like this is about the Wayne Williams child murder cases in '81. And I was like, and I already knew about it, and I was like, oh, and that's going back to, hey, what's your story on it? And I was like, you know, give me a little bit of artistic freedom. And then I gave them what I consider a pretty awesome video. It's very easy to follow, and you know exactly like, oh, that's really screwed up, you know, but it's all based on a true story. And the one that I just did with Creeper was super wild, because I don't know if you guys like Rob Zombie movies, you know, and I like The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. I've always been into those kind of gory horror movies. And he gave me complete freedom, and I said, oh, I got an idea, and I don't know if you guys have seen the full-length version of it yet, but I said, hey, I'm going to do something nobody else has done. I was like, I'm going to make a short film, and I'm going to put your music video as the bridge in the middle between this and that, the intro to the outro. So it ended up being a 12-minute, 6-second short film with their music video placed directly in the middle. And I got so lucky with the Hell House crew and a bunch of other just homies came out. And what's wild is I've got friends that are actors that get paid to be actors. No one in this entire music video has ever been on camera, and they all did so good. And I just kind of let them be themselves, and we improv'd a little bit, and it came out fantastic. It's a little rated R if you're not into gory stuff like that, but I mean, they did an amazing job. And until this day, I was like, this is probably one of the funnest video shoots that I've got to do, because I made a horror movie with a music video inside of it.
Yeah, it looked awesome. I saw the some of the pictures, and I've seen the short video. I haven't watched the long one yet. But so Jessica's a major role in that, right?
Major. And dude, she's never been on camera, and she was so like I said, I've got friends that are actors, and I was like, like my actor friends sucked compared to her. And I was like, you've never even been on camera. He's like, you're perfect. Like, I mean, she showed real fear. Everything worked out great. I mean, it was wild. I definitely go watch the full length. They posted the music video part, just the music video that's like 4 minutes. They kind of posted that at the wrong time. They kind of accidentally doubled up, and they posted both of them at the same time, but it was kind of like a whoopsie. But so I've been telling people, like, hey, this one's out, but go watch the whole thing, because if you see the whole thing, the music video part, you'll understand what it's about, but it's kind of out of context. So if you go watch full length, it's 12 minutes, you'll understand everything.
Well, it's easy to post something wrong on YouTube and release stuff, that's for sure. And then also, I don't, Star was in it too, right?
Yeah, Star Daniels.
Yeah. That's
you
cool,
guys
because
have ever watched, if you've ever seen Devil's Rejects or House, she was our baby character.
Nice.
Yeah, and she did great too.
Love that movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she came. All these people came in so clutch. Do you guys know Diane Kirk, Hellbent for Drums, on Facebook? I know you guys know who I'm talking about. You may not, it may not be clicking, but she showed up. We needed somebody to play Mother Firefly, and she showed up. Never done anything like it, and was so good. And I was like, you're great. Thanks for showing up. Like, she showed up the day of the shoot, just in a car, in a dress. Gave her like 2 lines, but she delivered.
Ran with it.
Don't you think, Abby, like, don't you think that, like, sometimes people that are like that end up being able to perform in an acting situation because they don't know all the stuff to be worried about? Like, there's something to be said for, like, the enthusiasm and not being afraid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I can't, some of those people, like Star is a person that could probably play any role, just because she has the personality to, sort of do it. But that's funny about Jessica, because I would have sworn that Jessica, like, had practiced a lot and, like, had done a video before.
No. And if you guys watch the rated R, you will see nudity too. So it is a full rated R. If you go Rob Zombie, I went full Rob Zombie. There's a little bit of raunchiness to it. So, and she's been my homegirl. Her and Aaron have been homies with us since, Jesus, dude, like probably the same age, like 13, 14 years old. And she's like the last person I ever thought would be completely down for this role. And we were looking for, I had like 4 different girls lined up for the role, and Abby probably knows how this is, but flakes. And then one person was like, oh yeah, she's totally down, and she's like, oh, I live in Houston, is that a problem? Like, yeah, that's a problem. And so Jessica was like, I'll do it, I'm down. I was like, what? Like, all right. And then couldn't ask for somebody better, honestly.
That's awesome.
That's all. Yeah, that's really cool. And also, by the way, to any viewers, so Justin's doing promo video. He's going to be at our Platinum show that we're doing on January 10th, and there'll be he's available to the other bands too. We're already passing that information around too. So how hard is that to I mean, now you're talking about 2 bands and your video business and your real job. And like, how do you balance all that?
I don't.
Yeah.
it's controlled chaos. And I not a lot of other people, I own a fencing company, so I build fences on top of everything else. And that's like, it's scarce. I just have to find whatever balance in life. But I'm a very firm believer. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want in my life and be happy before I, bite the dust. I just, I can't, I'm not the person that can just go to a stereotypical 9 to 5. I just genetically just built different on, hey, I'm going to do everything that I love as much as I can, even if it kind of, creates chaos in my life, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm having to juggle a new balancing act between the video stuff. Of course, if I could get my video work to a full-time, point, then I wouldn't build fences, because that sucks. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Juggling the bands is the easy part, honestly, because I manage the Splattafish side of things, so it's like I don't ever have to worry about anything interfering from this band to this band, because I know both of our schedules. So that's honestly the easy part. And Splatterfish's rehearsal schedule is complete polar opposite of Lockjaw's schedule, so that works out. It's just finding a balance between day job work, video work, and then the band's all in between that.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my next questions, is who is, so like you and I've talked before about it, like Jeff is kind of the mastermind behind Lockjaw in terms of like the business aspect. Are you the Jeff of Splattafish?
100%.
Basically.
I created, and a lot of people don't know this, so I created Splattafish when Blind Oversight, my original death metal band, bit the dust, and Splattafish started as just me singing acoustic songs, and it was just a soft, like, it was more like Incubus type shit. And I used to, I had a whole album out and everything like that, and then I did that for like a year, and I was like, this sucks, I miss metal. And then I formed a band, and we started doing kind of harder rock, and then me, my brother who passed away, he was my original bass player. We were playing like heavier Incubus type style stuff, and then we both came from Blind Oversight, and we were like, dude, this sucks, we need to play death metal again. And so we were just, and we're just built for death metal guys. We've always been into the heavier side of things, and I still sing and do a lot of acoustic stuff, but death metal was calling as far as like a live band goes. And so we were like, hey, it, so death metal it is. And then we brought in Aaron, our drummer, who is now my brother-in-law, and we all kind of grew up together. Then she was a friend of just neighborhood friends, because me and her have been together 20 years, and she came to like practices to my old band. And then I ended up going, like, when I was a kid, I was like, hey, my girlfriend's gonna sing for us.
That's pretty cliche, though.
It's exactly how it happened. I didn't give anybody any option. I was like, my girlfriend's gonna sing for us. And then she actually tried out, believe it or not, she tried out singing an Evanescence song. You would never know.
Which
that.
one? Which one?
Lithium?
No, bring me to life.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Classic.
Yeah, she can actually sing too. She just screams really good.
Yeah. If I may ask, Andrea, how did you find out you could like just growl that good? Because I mean, like you project very well. Like seeing you guys live twice, you nailed it, dude.
Well, thank you. Well, I don't know. I mean, he kind of showed me the ropes, and then
I taught her, and then
I just started doing it, and then practicing, and I don't know. It just happens. I don't know how to
show him a
explain it.
guttural. Do it right now on the stream. Do a guttural.
Yes.
Corey can do it. Corey can do it too. I just make her. I don't let her do it anywhere else.
Yeah, I get it. I can do it at home all day. That's my only chance. But yeah, dude, I was excited. Like it's kind of fun to see, like, as a I love all genres, but seeing another woman who's into death metal, like you and Abnormality were actually the two first bands I saw where a woman could was on stage doing that and performing and like hanging out with and holding your own against these other bands too. You guys killed it. So I was excited to see y'all were definitely an eye opener for me. You and Abnormality, I was like, oh hell yeah, there's another woman doing it. And
thank you for saying Abnormality, because there's not very many. Like everybody wants to name drop like Spirit Box all the time, or
but like, dude, seeing Abnormality, I was like, holy shit, she sounds like Corpse Grinder, and just like, you're like, oh my god, she's doing it.
She'll tell you this. I was always kind of the guy, like, hey, we're not doing that singy stuff, and like be brutal, be the most brutal female around, and it helped, I think, bridge the gap, and it kind of shoved us into a different genre, if you will. So like we don't match the Spirit Boxes and Gingers. We're like Black Dahlia Murder and Cannibal Corpse. You know, because you've seen us. So
I still appreciate what they do. I like singing along with their stuff.
Yeah.
I like my sing-alongs.
I've heard you on Facebook. You do amazing.
Corey is our resident expert. Like she knows like all the like deep cuts and bands that like you really have to dig deep for. It's funny for Heather and I because because of me, I made her start playing like we were like before we didn't really play gigs or anything, but we played like hair metal and then we started playing Metallica and Slayer, but we played in a death metal band. Not when you say death metal, like when we were 17, that was like you know, Human had just came out. I mean, we played some really hard stuff. Like we would play some covers like that we look back at now.
We played Dead Embryonic Cells.
We played Dead Embryonic Cells.
That was a
like,
incomplete.
Like y'all ripped. Y'all showed me this stuff the other day. Was when we were after filming the music video at Platinum. Y'all showed me that. Y'all were heavy.
Yeah.
Y'all were
17 trying to play Mouth for War, and I didn't even know what I was doing.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I mean, I look back at some of the stuff I was playing, and I'm like, I know so much more now, but I don't know. It's probably because I know too much now. I can't apply it or something. But anyways, it's funny.
Full of knowledge, man.
It's funny. It's funny hearing you talk about death metal because I'm like, he doesn't. He's talking about a totally different death metal than Heather and I are used to.
Oh
but,
no, I grew up on older death metal, but in our era of age range.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. Like I grew up on like Severant and like Old Cannibal and way back, you know, DSI way back. But now there's, you know, Whitechapel, Black Dahlia Murder, Alter Beast, that kind of metal, and that's where Silosis. That's kind of where we blended our style. That's where we fit in now.
I feel like that would be the best way, like for fans of.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that actually was a question that I was gonna have somebody ask you guys for both bands. What is the FFO for Splattafish?
Definitely Black Dahlia Murder. I'd say Black Dahlia Murder, Whitechapel, Alter Beast, Silosis. I mean, I'd have to think on it, man. We never really got compared to a lot of bands because we weren't really like most of the other female fronted bands. Like, of course, we played with Arch Enemy and OTEP all the time, but we were nothing like them, you know? So it's kind of hard to box us in, but I'd say those bands that I just listed, that's the closest as far as like our live essence that we put out.
And then FFO for Lockjaw?
More towards Killswitch Engage, In Flames, Metallica, oh god, there's Hatebreed. I mean, Lockjaw has a big spectrum of our sound, but you can't go any of the bands that I just named. If you like Machine Head, we're very, very Machine Head like. We get a lot of that. Joe sometimes gets Slipknot for his vocal style, his Core Taylor type sound, but Machine Head, Killswitch, Trivium, Metallica, you know, things along those lines.
Yeah. What's your favorite Metallica album?
Dude, I'm like, don't crucify me. Jeff is the Metallica guy. Like, I like Metallica, but I honestly, I grew up on them only because my dad listened to them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and what's funny is like my dad actually listened to like Sepultura more, like things like that. So Metallica kind of like the back burner band for me. Like, I mean, I don't know the names of all their albums and stuff like that. There's songs that I hear that I can play some of their songs and I don't even know what the hell they're called. You know,
Yeah.
Just a collective part of my memory.
Yeah, Heather stopped. I think she stopped liking them after Justice. I went one more.
I like the Black Album.
I love the Black Album. Like honestly,
I do like that album. I know that one. I do like that one.
But it's not my favorite.
I was gonna say, James, can I ask what is your favorite Metallica album? Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess. Go.
Is it Master or is it Ride the Lightning?
Of course it's Master.
Master?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew it would be Master. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, we used to. It was funny because so Heather and I were jamming together, and then another kid from school, and then what became our other rhythm guitar player walked in, and like he started playing all this stuff, and Heather had already heard it before, but I hadn't. My ears.
Yeah,
were like,
James started me out on playing Poison.
We were playing Poison and Motley Crue.
That's all he knew how to play.
Playing that. My cherry pie.
Well, the
I think
thing
I slid
is,
you Master Puppets. I said you need to listen to this and learn this.
yeah. So this other guitar player walked in. He started playing the stuff. I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty cool. And then I started, and we just got the tab books, and we started, you know, like we were band nerds. We started hacking our way through the book and everything. And but no, I definitely, all that stuff is great. And when you first started telling, because obviously I met you before. I'd heard of Lockjaw, but I was even confused about which Lockjaw and that whole scene. We don't have to go into that, but I was like, I went to the wrong deal, and I'm like, that's not Justin, and that doesn't seem like, what he's talking about. But you were saying like how heavy you guys were, and you guys definitely are super heavy, but like it's very appealing. It's got like Joe can definitely is versatile in what he does, and it's appealing. It's not just like, oh, this is like one thing only.
Yeah, and me and Joe are really good. We're good collaborators. We're a good team because I've actually, Joe screamed for, you know, he used to tour in Jackknife with Bullet for My Valentine for years, man, and like he's a screamer through and through. But he was never a singer, and I was both, and I was actually a singer songwriter for years, and then I was a screamer for a few years. So I was able to, you know, me and Joe can collectively work side by side now, and I can show him some things, he shows me some things, and we feed well off of each other, and I can help him come up with cadences and, you know, rhythms that he may not hear. So it's worked out really good. And from what we've heard from a lot of fans and new friends is like we have a very familiar sound. And that's I look at that as a compliment. It's a familiar sound because like if you guys like listen to I Can't Escape, I don't know why that one hit. It just hit so hard. And even the Browning and the Pawn, they were like, what's that last song y'all play? I was like, it's I Can't Escape. They're like, man, just something in our memory. It's just there, you know? And we're like, cool. So it works.
This almost got away from me. And I think you almost explained it before, but where did Splattafish come from, the name?
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've been so curious.
So I'll make this very long story short. I was in a band for Blind Oversight that was like on the cusp of being somebody, and we were supposed to play like a Cannibal Corpse reunion show, and we were like on top of the world. And then a drummer who I won't name just decided, hey, I'd rather go get high with my girlfriend, and didn't show up. And so that band collapsed. And I was like, this sucks. Everything sucks. I hate her. And I'm a teenager, so I'm like, you know, everybody, whatever. And my sister was cooking fish and just hit a fish with a spatula. It was like, you should name your band Splattafish. And I go, fuck it. And so there's no cool story to this whatsoever. And so I've told everybody since then, I go, hey, it's so stupid, you'll remember it.
Well, hey, it's a pretty good story.
Yeah, that is a good story.
So you guys changed the name from Splatterfish to Anathemic, and then what was the name change, if I may ask? Like, why the change between the two?
We were Splattafish for well over a decade, and then we got offered a tour, and believe it or not, and this is when I was a lot younger and more naive, and I was like, oh, record label dudes are real, you know, and now I'm like, labels can whatever, you know, screw off. And we had this tour that was getting booked, and they wouldn't put us on it. And they were like, and it was a great tour and great shows, but they basically were like, hey, we'll allow you on this tour if you change your stupid name. And
are you serious?
believe it or not, and we thought, well, you know, we took it serious. So I called a big meeting with the band. I was like, hey, we can only do this tour if we change our name. And they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, if we want to do this tour, we got to change our name. These big record label guys told us to. And then we did, and it was great. It was fun. We changed to Anathemic, which basically means to be cursed by the highest of powers. So fast forward, we ran as Anathemic for what, 4 years? I believe. Yeah, I believe 4 years. We were only Anathemic for 4 years, the last 4. And when we all collectively, you know, came together and we're talking about a reunion, I was like, hey, like, come back. Like the thing is we were a household name for so long. I could be somewhere and no one ever yelled Anathemic at me. I could just be anywhere and somebody would go, Splatterfish! And I'm like, all right. So that's what they remember. That's what everybody remembered. So we all basically were like, hey, you know, let's have a conversation about it. And they were like, fuck Anathemic. Like, let's go back. We're not trying to be on no label. We're doing this for fun. We're gonna do what the we want to do. So Splattafish it is.
Well, do you fish out there in East Texas?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I remember you telling me that you like doing that. I wondered if it had something to do with fishing,
No.
but it's your sister actually smacking one that she was cooking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna totally bore everybody else for just 5 minutes, but let's talk gear for just a second. So tell me what you're playing and your endorsement and your gear setup.
So on the gear side things first, we run IEMs. I run my wireless is a Sennheiser G4 pack. Our whole IEM setup is ran through an X32. Excuse me. I run a Shure 58 microphone for my stage mic, and we run through helixes out of our X32 and all that whatnot for our inner system and our patches. And me and Jeff dialed in our patch for the better part of 2 years, and clearly it's worked because we constantly get people going, "Damn man, your guitar tone, what is that?" And like we dialed it in for 2 years to get it where we wanted. And as far as my guitar goes, I am endorsed by Sacred Axes out of Durant, Oklahoma. Chris, he is an awesome guy. Any guitar players out there, if you need a custom build, he has provided me with the highest quality guitar that I could have ever asked for, and it has withstood multiple tours now. I've never had a single issue out of this guitar. It's dope. He did it built it to my specs, and I'll actually be working with Sacred Axes this upcoming year to get my signature model built. That'll be being pushed into production, and it'll likely be available on Zounds and Sweetwater.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Make sure you text me that information too, and I'll put it in the description of the video.
Cool.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us and all the stuff that you've done for us and you're doing. I couldn't agree more. I think that you absolutely do a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and I think that just being back in this for a year and as an adult, I can say like the people part of it goes a long way. I mean, you know what it's like in the scene and around different scenes. And I mean, just having good people around doing things for each other and helping each other out goes a really long way. And I think that's a lot better than the tribalism. And so we really appreciate what you do, both in, helping us out and stuff and telling me, I mean, you told me stuff just on the social media side that I had no idea about. And just, really helped us get started and like, oh, you can do stuff. So we really appreciate you. And Andrea, you're, like I said, it was super fun. Like you get the behind the scenes stuff. And like, we had never done, that's one thing that we had never done. It was a music video. Abby had done some of her solo stuff, but Heather's done a lot. And I did a lot when I was younger, but we'd never done a music
Never did
video.
videos. No.
So that was super fun. And, we'll do some more for sure. But,
and none of my work happens without her. So
yeah. Well, I mean, when you're saying the chaos, I mean, all of that, nothing that you do would work without her, right? Because most chicks would be like, nah, you're going to go put the fences up because, yeah. Shout out to Andrea for being supportive of all that stuff. Yeah, it has to be. Okay, so next week, people that he worked with, well, we're going to have Jared from Killhouse next week, Tex from Creeper, and Aaron from Vivid and Vulgar, and we'll get to talk about some of the stuff that they did with y'all also.
Awesome.
So thanks a lot for coming on. Sorry about the connection issues at the beginning, but we'll see you soon. If not, before January 10th, we'll see you January 10th at Platinum.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all have a good week.
Thank you.
See ya.
Have a good week. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.